All right, 1.6 now? I think that's what we're at. Yeah, 1.6. I'm going to show you another example of an e-commerce site and how I would go about finding golden prospects for it. And this is a tackle shop, fishusa.com. It looks like they sell lures. It looks like they sell everything. They sell boat trailers. They sell fishing apparel. They sell fly rods. It's for fly fishing. They sell reels, fishing rods. So just about everything you need to go fishing. Just about everything you need to go fishing. And it looks like they do a lot of ice fishing too. All right, so how would I go about building links for this? Well, the typical link builder would go and would create link bait for fishing, how to pick the best rod and reel for under $100, combination under $100, how to catch muskie on live bait, and just link bait, typical link bait pieces like that, which would probably be fishing stories and fishing articles, and fishing link bait will probably get some links. Whether or not those links will translate into more Google traffic is a crapshoot. It always is. So instead of worrying about creating new content, I would worry about just finding potential referral sources to get my revenue up that way and earn links from those types of prospects, because if I were to do that, I'd get more organic traffic to this site. All right, so fishing, looks like kayak fishing too. That's saltwater fishing, isn't it? I'm pretty sure. They sell paddles, they sell life vests. Maybe not. I see freshwater kayaks all the time. So do they have kayaks? It looks like they do sell kayaks. Fishing, it looks like they do have everything, the gear. It looks like they have everything but the boat. Hmm. Which tells me why not go after boat boating e-commerce sites that sell boats or boating manufacturers. They're going after fishermen. They're targeting fishermen. They're targeting other sportsmen too. But for the most part, if somebody buys a boat, and a lot of these, look at these bass boat. These are fishing boats, and so who buys fishing rods and reels and gear? People that go fishing. Who uh, who buys boats? People that go fishing. Well, they other recreational users too, but boats. So to me, if I was the owner of this fishing rod site, this fishusa.com, I would want to build a relationship up with the owner of this company to see if they will recommend our fishing rods. Maybe every time they sell a boat, they can say they can give out some free rods with the boat, and maybe I can work a deal out with them to give some discounts to any of their customers who buy a certain boat from them. Maybe I can give them a $500 discount at my store and sell it to him for $250. There's lots of different deals I can work out with him to offer my rod and reels to his customers whenever he sells a boat. And guess what? I can do the same thing. I can refer business right back to him. I don't sell boats, I sell kayaks. But trust me, this guy right here, can you see him? Yeah, this guy right here does not want to buy a kayak. He does not want to. So I'm not stealing any of his customers away if he refers business over to my fishing rod site and gear site, and I'm not losing business by sending him traffic either. And there's all types of boat manufacturers sites like this, and boat boat sites, and also you can get into other types of sportsmen too. Maybe you can get into what about the anglers? Let's look at let's look at what do they call that when you rent a boat? Charter, fish charter. Let's do fish charters. Fishingbooker.com. Oh, no, I don't like that one. Though that might be a shepherd's shepherd. All right, fishing charters. It looks like they that being from Michigan, I know that that fish did not come from Great Lakes. So this is obviously salt water. All right, look at all the charters here. What if I were to build a relationship up with each one of these charters? And who knows what that relationship would be? Who knows? Let me look. Look at all of them. Like I said, usually golden prospects, if you find the right angle, you'll have an evergreen source of them that will never end. Let me pick somebody else. Oh, here we go. Do they have a website? I have no idea. Yeah, they do. Now, could I build a relationship up with this person? If I own this site, fishusa.com, could I build a relationship up with flyandfish.com? Well, they have shopping. What do they sell? Oh, it looks like it's just apparel. For sure, I could do business with this person. And they do and who knows what I could do to build a relationship up with them. Remember, in this stage, we're only finding potential golden prospects. Now, what would a link from this site, flyandfish.com, be worth to this site, fishusa.com, if they were to link to into a page, a money page, where that sold? Let's say they link over to the boat trailers, or they link over to a page that makes revenue for fishusa.com. What happens when this site links to this page, or one of these pages? Well, more sales will come in, because these are all money pages for Fish USA. They're not link bait pieces. We're not reaching out to flyandfish.com to link to a link bait piece. We're asking them to link to one of our product pages, or a category page. Those are the links that Google loves, but we're not going about it to get a link. We're going about it to build a relationship, and that link is only stage one in that relationship. It's really stage two. Stage one, you have to make yourself known, which we'll do in a further module. But there's all stage two. Then you go for the ask, and you get your first ask. It's usually a link or mentioned in their newsletter or whatever. Then you do something for them, and then they reciprocate, and then before long you're getting a lot more than a link. So that's what I would recommend you do if you had a fishing e-commerce site. And you could do this, and I could even get into Facebook again. And I'm looking for fishing clubs. You know there's going to be a lot of them. So if I look any group, yeah, so look at these groups. This one has I love fishing. 179 members, 693 members, and I imagine there's probably some bigger ones too. So let's say I don't know, let's just put fishing in there. We don't want pages, we want groups. We don't want public posts, we want groups. Ice Fish in Michigan. There's 26,000 members in Ice Fish in Michigan. Now, if I own this site, if I recall, I also sell ice fishing rods. Let's look. Look at the guy. Augers. They have the shelter. Oh, well, the shelters are so much better than what we used to have when I was growing up. We used to sit on a 5-gallon bucket, put her back to the wind, and catch fish. At least that was the idea. They have tip-ups. So if you're not into ice fishing, and if you're not from Michigan, you probably have no idea what ice fishing is. But there's people that actually go out in the ice, drill holes in it, and fish and freeze. And look at all this apparel and gear and ice fishing gear. So out of these Michigan, that's a bluegill. Oh man, I tell you what, that's tasty when they come out like that out of that cold water, and you just toss them onto the ice, and they like freeze and like a U shaped, and you get some fillets off of them, and they are really good. But like I said, I haven't been on the ice in a really long time. But going back, 26,000 ice fishermen. How many of them need gear? Whoops. How many of them need gear? How many of them need shelters? Probably a lot. Is this going to get you a link from this club? No. Is it going to get you business? If you were to look at the admins, you can find the admins. Look at there's 9 admins, and you find out who the main admin is. And a lot of times they'll have the same last name, so you'll know some brothers are working on it or family members are helping them. So I don't know. You'd have to do your research and find out which one of these were the head lead admin, so to speak, and then go from there. But there's all types of groups on Facebook if you're selling e-commerce products that you could reach out to and build relationships. It wouldn't involve links at all. And in fact, it'd be like stealth links because it'd be word of mouth, and it'll be them announcing to their group. It might give you a link, but it's not going to be a link that Google's going to find if it's a closed group, or it's not going to be a link that's coming from Facebook that's going to do anything for your rankings. But if you look at the metrics from your referral traffic coming in, you'll see that, wait a minute, I'm getting a lot of sales from Facebook. And then you'll realize, wait a minute, it's coming from this new group that you just build a relationship with the admins. So that's how I would go about gathering golden prospects for a fishing e-commerce site.